So I want to take a moment to acknowledge that you presenting this piece in this room, it's like a family reunion or something, right? Because you've developed so much of not only this project but other projects here, and specifically the instrument that Yamaha makes is, I mean, it's the key to this whole thing in a way, because, you know, I think you probably noticed there are moments when his algorithm is responding not only to the input in terms of notes, but also touch, you know, pressure, like all of these nuances, and that's just not possible unless you have an instrument of this sensitivity, right?
Yeah, it's great, because normally I have to talk a lot when I present this project, but Nate is such an incredibly smart and passionate thinker about this music that he's doing all the work for me. So thank you so much, Nate. But yeah, indeed, the genesis of this whole project was me walking in here one day and realizing, actually, at the prodding of Aaron, who's in the booth right now, that these remarkable instruments that you see playing all by themselves in the corners of airports and things like that don't have to be playing pre-recorded music. They can be taking commands in real time. You can say, play this note, and it'll do it right away. And I've been writing computer programs since I was a kid. I love programming, and it's always been something I've done for fun as an amateur, but suddenly I just realized, wait, I can make myself a duet partner, and not a duet partner that plays a synthetic instrument, a duet partner that plays exactly the same instrument that I'm playing, and as Nate just pointed out, with actually just as much finesse as me. That's what's kind of scary about these instruments. Yeah, so this space has been very dear to my heart. I recorded my album Goldberg Variations in here in 2011, and spent many full weekends here, sleeping on couches and not sleeping. And it's really just been an incredible gift for me to have access to this space and to these pianos.
So just to be clear, what we've heard on your part has been pure improvisation. So completely spontaneous. And then the signals that come back at you are, you know, it's depending on which algorithm you've written, you know, for that particular piece. So what was the one that we just heard? What were the rules of that program?
So we just heard, these are all really simple, and I think I'm actually just starting a doctorate right now at IRCAM in France, where I'm going to start investigating more complex things like neural networks. But up till now, I've found that the stuff that gets me the most excited are very simple rules, and that's true of Bach. Bach is really my inspiration in most things. Bach and Thelonious Monk, those are really like my two poles, and maybe you can hear that in what I'm doing. Yeah, happy birthday. That was yesterday, right? Today? Oh, wow. So this algorithm is so simple. Whatever I play, it repeats it in descending minor ninths. And I can change things about it, like make it go the other direction. It's, you know, what you could call it. You could call it a multi-voice canon at the minor ninth. And the one before that was just a little bit more complicated. It's an inverted canon. This is something that Bach does in canons, in the variations 12 and 15 of the Goldberg variations. He does inverted canons. And it's very simple, like everything. Here's my axis of symmetry. See, that doesn't do anything. But if I play the note right below, it responds like a mirror image on the other side of this note. And you know, these are very, very simple ideas, but ultimately what these ideas do is ask the performer the question or the composer the question, now what are you going to do? What are you going to do with this? And you see this throughout the history of music and art, artists setting up constraints for themselves as a way of stimulating themselves. I'm quite convinced that Coltrane, when he was writing the really hard tunes like Giant Steps and Satellite, Countdown, I'm pretty convinced that that was part of his reasoning, was like, let's make something really hard so that I'm constantly challenged.
So this next piece is going to include the sort of phase, I don't know, 2.0, 3.0 for you, because you also decided at a certain point that the visualization, that extension of the algorithm could be used in a concert capacity. So that's what the VR is all about, right? You designed the virtual reality graphic interface as well as the program itself.
All right, and again, if this is not your thing, or if you don't even wish to experience the VR, just watch the screen. It's also pretty cool, I think, in my humble opinion. This next one is all about getting a sound out of the piano that is almost impossible to get without this process, without working algorithmically like this. It's called tremolo. Thank you so much. very dear to my heart, so you can put your phones down. This next one is all about harmonic ratios. And what I mean by that is that when you play an F, for example, let's play a D. That is vibrating at a certain frequency, and if I play an octave above that, the D above that, that is actually vibrating twice as fast. And that's what Pythagoras discovered more than 2,000 years ago.
Wow.
And if I play a fifth above, that's vibrating 3 times in the time that that lower one vibrates twice. And if I play a major third above, that's vibrating 5 times in the time that the lower one vibrates 4 times. Music is all about whole number ratios. That's really pretty much all tones that are related in a way that we perceive as being enjoyable, harmonious tones. They are vibrating in these whole number ratios relative to each other. Minor third, that's 6 to 5. Again, these are rhythms too, like 3 to 2, which is the perfect fifth, that's. But 5 to 4, which is the major third, that's. And when I play that rhythm, that literally is the same thing as this, just slower. Isn't that amazing? All these things are related. They're all the same, just expressed at different speeds. And so I've always loved this idea, and it's something, my undergrad is in physics, and it's something that I have gotten deeper and deeper into, this very basic mathematical, physical basis of music. And I decided I wanted to figure out a way to represent these things visually. So I call this piece triad sculpture, and every time I play a harmony in my left hand, and again, this is all free improvisation, every time I play a harmony, a 3-note chord in my left hand, the computer in real time creates a 3D figure where I'm mapping each one of those ratios on the 3 axes of 3 dimensions. And it creates images that I think are really special and are directly related with no interpretation to the sounds you're hearing. All right.
Dan Tepper, Natural Machines. And how about a hand for Becca Stevens? Becca, please come up. Guys, do you want to hear these two amazing artists together? I think we do. Becca Stevens, Dan Tepper.
You poor thing stuck in the midst of it all. I was clearly too much for you. There you were tangled in the midst of it all. You were safe with me. Falling snow, falling fast, we're falling apart, reaching upwards to where we've been. Always slow, failing fast, so far from the start, teaching, learning, and falling in. But all my moods and my demands left over from promises made to myself, from all the pain from other men, came down on you like frozen rain, so cold like the winter that's coming with no you. Breaking ground, all I found was love in my heart, almost ready to re-begin. Always sound, finally found a tangible start, though it's come knocking and breaking in. But all my moods and my demands left over from promises made to myself, from all the pain from other men, came down on you like frozen rain, so cold like the winter that's coming with no you to share it with me, with no you to share it with me, with no share it with me, with no you. Dan Tepper. Thank you so much, Yamaha. Thank you, WBGO. Thank you, Nate.
Becca Stevens, Dan Tepfer. Yes. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to these wonderful artists. Thank you to Yamaha.